The clinical studies that we have launched in 2cureX are all in late-stage metastatic cancer. I mean, in colorectal, in ovarian, and in pancreatic. Now, when this opportunity occurred, we are actually looking at the very early end. Actually, the individuals have not become patients yet. And it was extremely interesting for us to see that the technology actually can assist that early. The other aspect is that we know that there in the EU, in the US, will become a great focus of preventive cancer medicines. What can we do to prevent the disease from occurring? And there are no ways of doing it today. The way you do it, I should say, is not with a medical treatment, but it is with a screening, and you do a colonoscopy. And there it would be fantastic if these individuals could be offered a drug, a treatment that would inhibit that disease to progress.
You have right now 4 ongoing studies. Are your current organization equipped for another study? Or you have 3 actually right now, but you're going to have 4. Are you equipped for that?
There's a lot to do, and the organization is pushed. Luckily we can scale, and we also have the benefit of having more than one lab. So we have different lab facilities. But we are pushed to the limit now.
A feasibility study, what does that really entail, and what does it need to be proven feasible, and how will you go about it?
In this case, it is a little bit different from a standard clinical trial, where you, for 2cureX case, want to show that the treatment we select will improve the patient situation. That we cannot do here, because here we are looking at these adenomes, these precursors of calcium, of cancer, will develop over 5 to 10 years. So what we do is that we test whether can we make the adenomes, microadenomes, in the hundreds, in the thousands from the patient's adenome. Will they respond differently? And I think that will really be the first endpoint for this, is technically, will it work in a large number of individuals? And secondly, do we see a spread in their responses?
Yeah. Have you decided what set of drugs will be tested on the tissue samples?
We have decided what the initial panel would be. It is known that aspirin has a very positive effect. So if a person have taken just a small dosage, we are talking about 75, 150 milligrams a day over a 5-year period, then they have lowered the risk of getting colon cancer with 30%. And they have lowered the risk of these adenomes to turn into real cancer. So we are looking at a panel of sort of in that family called COX inhibitors. Further, there are others, drugs that are taken over a long period of time, where there are indications that they will work. So we have an initial panel now that we are going to screen, but I'm convinced that new ones will come. So we will add new drugs in as we go.
Talking about the patient recruitment, and what do you think are the biggest challenges in conducting a study like this, and what do you face? What do you think in this segment is like the biggest challenges?
I mean, again, here it is different from a standard clinical trial. In standard clinical trials, you may be in competition with other trials of recruiting patients. Luckily for 2cureX, it has been relatively easy to convince patients to participate. In this case, it's not patients yet. So a number of these individuals are shocked by hearing that they are among the few percent that are at risk. So they will do anything to lower that risk. And in this case, we are doing nothing that would not have been done anyway. So the small tissue samples will be taken. These adenomes will be removed in the patients, and we just use a little bit of that. So we are convinced that recruitment is not a problem. The problem could be that there are too many patients. And if I look at Denmark, for instance, the numbers we have from 2016, there are about 330,000 patients were tested, and about 20-some thousand were offered colonoscopy. So it's a large population of patients. And these 20,000, that's done in 3 centers where we have contact to the biggest one. So we are not concerned about patient recruitment. That's not an issue here.
If we look at not just this project from 2cureX, what can we look forward to now in the upcoming months ahead from 2cureX?
It's important for me to state that I would say the more standard clinical trials that we are running are very important for 2cureX. So you will see that more data will come out. We have just issued data on the colorectal trial. I can say here that we have now recruited the first patients in the pancreatic trial, and it worked. In ovarian, we hope to come up with some interim data here in some months. So those trials are important for us to report on, because those trials will support our pre-launch this year and the launch of the product in 2020. So, but obviously with this new study, we will, now I should be careful, but I hope that we within few months can tell whether does it work, does it look good.
Exciting times ahead, it sounds like. We wish you good luck to 2cureX. Thank you, Ole.
Thank you so much.